Hello everyone. Today we will study about the Internet of Things introduction. What is IoT and how it is implemented, what are their market share and how what are the challenges in implementing these technology of IoT, etc. So what is IoT? IoT is when different devices are connected and we can communicate with them. It's called the Internet of Things or IoT. We have increasing devices, almost we have 20 billion connected devices at present, and we have increasing capacity day by day. They are increasing. We have a huge consumer market of $546 billion, and we have 1.4 billion smartphones, 157 million tablets, 20 million smartwatches. So we have rapidly increasing number of devices which are connected and which are communicating among themselves. So the growth this is the graph which is depicted in the slide. It's the graph between the billions of devices and the year, the rate at which increasing. So the devices having the capability to communicate are increasing. They are connected, are increasing at a humongous rate. Firstly, they were 1 billion in 1992, and then in 2004, 0.5 billion, and 2009, it's about 10.8 billion, and in 2012, 28 billion, and in now 2020, it's almost 50.1 billion devices connected and sharing data, having smart technologies, able to communicate among themselves. Next topic is how did we get here? How we came across the IoT devices at this point of time. It's because of utmost important is that increasing demand for smart products which may able to communicate and share data at real time basis. So we get here because of hardware. First of all, hardware, because hardware is very cheaper, and it is very small in size, and anyone can afford it, and we can put anywhere. Like in smartwatches, we have it's also an IoT device, like watches, like pens, and wearables, different wearables, and they are more connected. The data is very shareable at a real-time basis, and they consume less power, and they are very easier to develop. That's why we are getting almost IoT devices at a very fast rate. And the next very important thing that helped in implementing these IoT devices is the ecosystem. The ecosystem which is now we are getting, having more tools and knowledge about IoT devices, what we have to do, how do we have to implement, what are the challenges, how we have to overcome. The ecosystem which is provided right now is a, having very sharp and easier to implement, and we having more opportunities in this IoT devices, and there is more investment by government and private players also. For example, you have seen that our government is implementing smart city projects. Everything is going to be smart railway system, smart municipal corporation. These are all investments made by government in this field. So what is IoT? IoT are nothing but sensors only, which are programmed and are connected. It's basically IoT consists of three main things. First is physical components which are used to connect, like sensors, which is to sense anything like temperature, about heat, like humidity, etc. And they are connected with the help of various technologies like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, cellular, and they and then they are programmed with the help of you have listened about it like the Arduino kit and on various programming languages like C, C++, Python, Java assembly. These are implemented, various products are implemented with the help of these kits, Arduino, Raspberry Pi. These are all the devices which are programmed, further connected, and provides an ecosystem for the operation of IoT devices. Next, we are having industrial versus consumer IoT. Like in various industries, corporations, our main focus is to cost and risk reduction, how to make our business agile to develop according to our current trending situations, and how we our organization can take informed decisions with help of data of real time. So IoT devices help in these business agility, cost reduction, and informed decision making. And there are also challenges, some challenges which occurred during industrial IoT, like security. One of the most major challenges is security. Security is a major concern in IoT because they are their connect devices are connected and they are more prone to different type of attacks and data loss. Compliance, what they are compatibility, what is their complete compatibility, interoperability, what is their reliability, connectivity, support. These are all challenges occur during the implementation of various IoT devices in industrial corporations. So, second is of consumer IoT. Consumer IoT, like users like us, we are using like wearable devices like iWatch, iPad, Apple Watch, MI band, fitness bands, giving in various information about our health, what is our breathing rate, acupressure, and various parameters. So there are also some challenges like the UX, the UI design, which is we are able to see is of great importance to our customer base or not. It is not only have, it should have some value in it. And what is the correct time to introduce any IoT device, which is also matter. And the main feature of challenges is some privacy and security feature of IoT because they are all in open and all devices are connected sharing data at real time, so anyone can hack or capture their data transferred, and we can they can steal and they can misjudge and misinterpret the data in some bad way which can affect further to us. Now, IoT examples of industrial sector are many. Few of them are described below. IoT device helps in remote maintenance and management. So, in firstly, the in energy sector they are used in solar and wind power. They are devices connected which can detect the solar and wind power consumption, how much the power is generated, and various parameters, and they can transfer and share the data among themselves. Second is constructions. In construction sector, like pipelines, bridges, buildings, they have various connected devices, sensors which we can sense the data of their importance and share among themselves to increase the chance of any abnormal behavior among them. Third one is agriculture. In agriculture, the humidity level of soil and the crop failure, crop health, the sensors and actuators are implemented, and they can sense the soil type, like which soil is better for which crop, and the crop, what is the status of crop health, and where the crop needs more water and the crop needs less water, and adjust according to it. so we can save our resources and save our environment. And the next example of industrial IoT example is smart vehicles, which you almost know, very much trending nowadays. That remote and continuous motoring of cargo. In logistics also, IoT devices are used to track their positions in remote areas, like what is the truck position and how far is from it is from destination, etc. Next example we will study about consumer IoT examples. Like in industries, various IoT devices are used for consumers also, where there are various types of IoT devices which are very common nowadays. First one is personal productivity and fashion. Most common products, IoT devices which are used for personal purpose and in fashion industry. Like you have seen smart watches, wearable bands, smart bands, tracking your real-time data of footsteps, your BP, your heartbeat, keeping track of all the body parameters. Second one is fitness and sleep trackers. Fitness and sleep trackers are just normal bands only. They are activated on some specific action, like when you're sleeping, your band in hand goes off on a silent mode and it's not functioning anymore. So the sensor detects that you are not engaging in any type of activity, so you are sleeping. So the fitness tracker tracks down your sleeping patterns, so how much you are sleeping for, and in between you are wake up, you are turning out, you are coming out of bed or not. So these are all examples of fitness and sleep trackers. And there are also some professional sports gadgets which are used by the professionals of various sports activities for enhancing the resilience in their sport and increasing their productivity. Second most used IoT devices are in home automation. In home automation, you have seen the nowadays you are getting your smart locks in your homes and smart bulbs, smart TVs. So everything is connected. Everything is sharing data at a real-time basis. So in a smart locks, what happened is that you are having a biometric of some sort, or some you are having face detection technology used. In bulbs, in smart bulbs, it turned off automatically when you are not in your room. It detects, the sensor in mobile bulbs detects that you are present in room or not. If someone is not in room, it will automatically turned off. Okay. And other example is of baby monitors. Baby monitors, when someone is not at home and he will have to left his or her baby alone in his home. So the baby monitors are used at that time. So we can detect the movement of baby, where he's going, what he's doing, and what he's well or not by the user. And other example is of appliances health monitors. Appliances of monitoring the health of मतलब कि ये तुम्हारा what कि devices having the, like you are having air purifier or water purifier. The IoT devices are connected and they regulate and they detect the what is the health of the water, or what is the health of filter placed in water filter, it is good or bad. So these are all detected with the help of IoT devices. So the next comes how we can implement and develop these IoT devices on various platforms. What are the various platforms used and how we can implement it. So, the first one is bare metal, in which the first one is SDK, which is called in this expressive NXP, TI, Atmel microchip, and in the second one is Arduino, and it must you must have known about this. Uh, it's very common nowadays. It's a chip which are having sensors and actuators connected, and its examples are Atmel ESP8266, and which we can, if with the help of which we can implement different IoT programs which we have to detect and which we have to implement in our device. Second one is of Linux. You must have known the Raspberry Pi. It's one of the example of Linux platform. Second one is BeagleBone, and for Android and iOS, there are phones, wearables, TVs, etc. So the most basic component of our IoT device is sensor. Sensor is any device which can detect or sense any parameter of any sort, like example touch, movement of any type, like sound of any type. So there are very various examples with the sensors. Various sensors can detect according to their types. Like temperature, they can detect humidity, moisture in soil. Like light, how much light is falling on them, any device, and they can detect pressure also, gas detection, how much force is applied on any product, any device. They can also detect like proximity, how much close they are objects to. They can also detect any motion sensors. You have must like in auditorium doors, you have seen that when we get close to the doors, they automatically opened up. These are all sensors detecting our motion. They can also detect liquid levels of different type, flow, magnetic field, radiations, fingerprinting, heart rate, like used to detect in our wearables like smart bands. And the next one is how these devices are get connected among themselves, various IoT devices. So there are various technologies through which we get connected these devices. They depend upon the range in which we are using the products or devices. Like long range, they are technology LoRaWAN, Sigfox, 3G, GPRS. These are for long ranges between the devices if the distance is very long. And the second one is for medium range, when the distance between any devices is not that long, so it's come in the medium range. And the example is of Zigbee and Wi-Fi are the technologies used here. The next one is a short range, when the distance is very short. We do not go to we do not have to go to for medium or long range. So devices are Bluetooth. You must have used. It's for short distance. When we go from for only 1 meter away, the we get disconnected. So the technologies are Bluetooth, NFC, RFID. The wide devices used, the wide technology used is here is Ethernet, RS485, 420 MA, etc. Slide, what else? What else we can get help from these IoT devices? Or where they can be used. They can also be used in power management, like in batteries. We can and when they are getting drained, or when they are when we have to charge them, when they are discharged, it can also be tracked down with the help of sensors. Second one is security and device management. Security and device management is something when we have to authenticate or onboarding any product or consumer. We can take use of IoT devices. They can automate our work with help of sensors. They can also be help in monitoring. And the next use is of data management. Like in data transport and data storage, IoT devices can also be used. In processing and visualizing the information, various IoT devices sensors can also be used. That's all for introduction to IoT. Thank you.